...4 hours in Brussels with some notable and important successes, but also with some deep frustrations and also, frankly, quite a bit of anger about the way we have been treated. And that is the completely unjustified and sudden production of a bill for Britain of £1.7 billion to over €2 billion that is apparently supposed to be paid by the 1st of December. This is completely unacceptable.
It happened so that UK is the country that has to pay the highest part of this correction of the GNI base. I understand, as it was already explained during technical meeting that has just ended before, by law, member states are obliged to pay their contribution.
It is an unacceptable way for this organisation to work, to suddenly present a bill like this for such a vast sum of money with so little time to pay it, and it's an unacceptable way to treat one of the biggest contributors to the European Union. That is why this morning I interrupted the Council meeting that was discussing the economy and said that before we went any further, this had to be discussed urgently and we needed to start to seek a resolution to it urgently. And in that, I was supported by the Italian Prime Minister, by the Dutch Prime Minister, by the Maltese Prime Minister, the Greek. And I think it's vital that that happens. Let me just make a couple of points about this. First of all, now, according to the Commission, it is an estimate. It is not a final figure. And we need to make sure the Commission start answering questions and the experts start answering questions about how on earth these numbers were arrived at. Because let me put it like this. Of course, in an organisation like this, if your economy grows a little faster or your economy grows a little slower, there are adjustments. And there can be adjustments every year. And we've seen them. Sometimes you pay a little bit more, sometimes you pay a little bit less. But it has never been the case that a €2 billion bill has suddenly been presented. And it is not acceptable. It is an appalling way to behave. I'm not paying that bill on the 1st of December. If people think I are, they got another thing coming. It is not going to happen. These emergency meetings need to take place. The figures need to be thoroughly investigated. An explanation of how this happened needs to be properly produced. But people should be in no doubt. As an important contributor to this organisation, we are not suddenly going to get out our chequebook and write a cheque for €2 billion. It is not happening.
Yes, I was surprised by the reaction because, as I said, up to this moment, there was no single signal from the UK administration that they have problem with this figure. Never in the past there was a situation that such decision was changed and the implementation regulations have been changed because one of the member states have contested. And I'm afraid that it will be extremely difficult to do it, especially that own resources decision and the implementation regulations concerns as well UK rebate. So if you open this act for future negotiations, you open a Pandora box. So you cannot question one day the system that imposes on you some additional contributions due to your own data that you have presented, and next day say, but I also like the other element when I get half a billion back due to the same data, because this new calculation of the British rebate is also based on the same GNI.
On that, very happy to take some questions. Let's start with ITV.
Prime Minister, you say you won't pay this bill on the 1st of December. You speak of talks, there may even be legal challenges. Ultimately, if this bill or one similar to it remains on the table, do you pay it?
Well, we will challenge this in every way possible. We want to check on the way the statistics were arrived at, on the methodology that was used. Was it all